disappointed. Like, I was just seeing on there, like, why is Lee Judges a flip flop? That is what I am. I flip flop from one fucking result to the next. Don't fucking say that I'm a flip flop and whatever. That's what I do. I react to the result, how we play, whatever. We play one game, we play the next lot. Like, you know what I mean? Not about making my mind up. I watch the game, I watch the performance, and then that's what I go on. I don't go on the whole season, until the end of the season. At the moment, after Saturday, after Wednesday, I'm over the moon about what's going on because we've won. Today, I'm disappointed because we haven't won. And I look at it today and I blame the manager on certain things, and then other things I don't blame the manager on. I will blame the manager in 1 in 6 games that he's played Thomas Partey in the league at right back. 5 of those games we've not won, right? But you continue to keep playing there, So I will call out the manager on that, The one win that we've had, right, is against Southampton. Have a look where they are in the league, Mikel. Have a look where they are, right? But you continue to keep doing it. So for me, I'm going to blame Mikel for that. I don't blame Mikel for not going and get a striker. I don't blame Mikel for getting so much done for he hasn't bought this and bought that, and we've done this and done that. I blame the manager for the one thing that he needs to do is team selection. He keeps getting it wrong. He keeps bringing Thomas Partey in at right back. And at the end of it, it's not something in hindsight. I said before the game, why do that? Why keep doing that? I'd rather see Tierney play at right back, right? And people go, oh, but he's only a left back. He's a full back, right? Thomas Partey is a holding midfield player, right? That goes to right back, and we lose everything from our midfield. Our midfield gets weaker because of it. So we address the problem at right back by playing him there, and we make our midfield weaker. We still don't win games and we concede goals. It is down to the manager because he is not doing right by us as fans for continuing to do it. The question was asked today, why do you do it? He fogs it off, right? That is where I blame Mikel today. Don't blame him about anything else. Anything else about today, I don't blame him for, Dan. Can't blame the players. Work their socks off, considering that they've gone 120 minutes on Sunday, North London derby on the Wednesday, and we're still going it to the end of the game today. Credit to them. We've got players going down all the time because at the end of it, injuries are one of those things that are happening, like we lose Saliba today. So you lose Saliba, and then what do? You're changing 2 positions, Dan. You're changing the centre half and the right back. Don't mess with your back 4. Keep it as much as we can. Also, we're playing a fantastic system that's suited to our Saka. Our way we play is all based around Saka. He's not there no more. Change the bloody thing. Change the bloody thing. Go down a different route. Try another striker. Oh, we ain't got one. And that's how it is at this moment in time, And listen, at the end of the day, Villa, credit to them. 2 shots on goal, Dan. Bang, bang. Good finishes. We've had 4 or 5. But I'll tell you this today. Don't look at the forwards today. They've done their job. 2 goals in a game should be enough at home. We didn't defend properly. We didn't defend well enough today, But listen, games like that happen. Games where you give it your all and you're just not quite there happen. And we've just, unfortunately, we haven't got a right back at the football club, only Timber. And really, it's only a matter of time, Dan, before Timber goes. Go and get one for 3 months. Go and bring in someone for 3 months. I don't care, because you ain't going to rely on Tommy. Tommy miss a lot, misses every game of the season. Hasn't played all season. Ben White, we're going to have to rush back at some stage now because it's because there will be the time when Timber breaks down. And don't like for me, I get an email come through. New merch dropping again, like, yeah, Adidas. I wouldn't wipe my arse with any stuff that Arsenal are selling at this moment in time. In a transfer window that's 18 days old, they're bringing out new merch. And we ain't got one player that we need. I tell you what we need more than a new jacket or a T-shirt is a bloody forward. Not a new Adidas top. And don't get me wrong, they're bloody nice. I see them there, the blue one today, and I see a load of people with them. And it looks nice. But at the end of the day, I ain't bleeding buying one. Go and buy a forward. Now, when people go, oh, it ain't as easy as that, Aston Villa have got two forwards better than what we've got, Dan. In Ollie Watkins and Duran. Who's on the bench today, right? Aston Villa have gone and added to that. And this is a team that's going for Champions League positions, not the title. Now, we're going for the title, and people are going, I've heard fans today going, oh, well, we've got to make sure we get the right one. If not, it's got to be for the long term. What about the short term? We have a chance of winning the league. I've watched Liverpool today. Could have gone either way against Brentford. They're not prime Manchester City that we've battled with for the last 2 years. They're vulnerable. They may go on and win this league. They might drop loads of points. But we have got to be ready for it if they do. And here we are. How many draws is that now? What does that tell you, Dan? I'll tell you how many draws we've got. Played 22, won 12, drawn 8 and lost 2. We've lost 2 games. It's brilliant. 8 draws tells you one thing. What does it tell you? We're not quite lethal enough or potent enough to get those draws to wins. It's a massive thing. Take 4 of them out. Take 4 of them out. Give us another 2, 4, 6, 8 points to what we've got now. We'd be on 52 points. Chance to win the league. And here we are 18 days in. More than that if you count when Saka got injured, right? And there you've got Mikel going, go on holiday, Bukayo. Not having a cup of Bukayo. What does that tell you if you're saying to him after 3 or 4 weeks, go on holiday? He ain't going to be back in a month's time, Dan, is he? And I look at that team today. I'm looking at what I'm seeing, and I'm thinking, do you know what? If we had a striker, we would have won that game today. Miles Lewis Skelly gets the ball. Oh, it's a brilliant bit of play. He does Rodgers fantastically well, gets in behind him, puts in a wonderful cross across the 6-yard box. Where does it end up? For a throw, because we haven't got a forward that is all about goals, Dan. We've got footballers. Havertz is a footballer. Martinelli's a footballer. Trossard, brilliant today, by the way, is a footballer. And probably the one that is most goal scorer. But they're not goal scorers. They're not like someone that comes in on the end of that and taps it in. Now, what I see today was a team with industry, hard work, some brilliant football, opened them up on many occasions, and I thought played well at times, considering, you know what I mean, how difficult this week's been. And then I look at our players, and I'm going to say it now, proud of each and every one of them today. You know what I mean? Done their best. And then I look at the board, and I look at our manager, and I look at them. Do you really want it? Because in January, you have an opportunity to do things in the transfer window. You ain't got it in September, October, November, and December. You have to go with what you got. And then in February, March, April, and May, you have to go in with what you got. And I look at that, and I sit there and I see the FA Cup draw come through. And I run through these fixtures for you. When you look at them, forget about Brentford away. That is in December. Nothing you could do about it. First up, Newcastle United, Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, Aston Villa, Champions League, Wolves away, Champions League again. And you do nothing in a transfer window, but you get out another merch of Adidas stuff coming out that you expect every fan that ain't got no money because they've scrimped and saved for Christmas to come out again and do it. And you'll get people turn around and go, oh, you can't ask Arsenal to spend this and spend that. You ask Arsenal fans with their season tickets, right? I've had to go. Let's go on to it now, Dan. Some have been paid before Christmas. You're asking them to go and pay for a ticket against Newcastle because it's not in your season ticket. This is on top of your season ticket. Then you're going to ask them to go and pay against Manchester United again, right? Yes, you got your season ticket for the game against Tottenham and you got your season ticket for the game against Aston Villa. You still got to get to these games and everything like that, Every fan that's gone in the last 4 games has had to spend money to get there for all these 4 games, and we'll do it again on Wednesday, and they'll do it again, the ones going away at Wolves, and then they'll be back again going to ones in Spain. And the club is not ready to do what the fans are doing, in my opinion. The fans are going out there scrimping and saving. You at times do not go out on a Friday on Saturday night because you know that you ain't got enough money because you need to go to the Arsenal. Same as I do. I can't spend it on this, that, because I want to be going to the Arsenal, right? Prioritising the Arsenal. Maybe we're wrong, and maybe we shouldn't get the ump about it, because I look at it today and I think, do Arsenal as a board, as a club, really want to win the league? Or do they really want to get top 4? Because if you really, really wanted it as much as you, Dan, as much as me, and as much as a lot of us fans, you would have done something by now in this transfer window. Your best player, our number 1 player, went down on the 21st of December and is not coming back to the next season. And that gives you, and you've done nothing to do with that. I see Aston Villa doing things. I see Manchester City, who have got no chance of winning the league, or have they? I don't know, going out and buying players. I see Tottenham Hotspur. Everybody, they're having marches going on about their manager. Their goalkeeper went down in November, whenever it was. They've replaced him. It might not be the greatest goalkeeper in the world. It might not be. But at the end of the day, at least they've had a go and tried to make it happen. What have we done? What have we done to help out Mikel Arteta over these last few days? I've watched a load of players warming up today on the touchline. Call me out of order. My mate Kevin says to me today, who are they? What's his name? I have no clue. I spend thousands of pounds for a season ticket. I have no clue who is on our bench today. I have no clue. They're all youngsters. So when people go on about it's about Mikel, yes, it is about Mikel, about the Thomas Partey decision. Other than that, what can he do today? I look at Emery today, they're 1-0 down, right? Yeah, they're 2-1 down, sorry, right? He's about to bring on Giroud, right? Yeah, he's about to bring him on. Do you see what he done? When they equalised, told him to go back and sit down. What an option that is! What an option! What's Mikel got? Some kid that on the bench, that, you know what I mean? And at this moment in time, our best player is an 18-year-old kid. Ripping it up at this moment in time. Fantastic. What a player, by the way. Declan Rice. 1 week he's a number 8. The next week he's a number 6. Never know. Might be next week. He might be a number 5. He might be the right back. Why have you got 6 left backs in this club and no right backs?
Facts.
Why can't you play a left back at right back when you're playing a midfield player at right back? Answer the question, Mikel. That's something that I'd like the press people to ask him. Why don't you do that? Why? Not having crap answers going, well, I can't really look at one player and all that, like, you know. You got a centre half in Kivia. What's he doing there? How much is the man on? You can't trust him at home against Aston Villa. And if you can't trust him to play on the right side, put someone like Gabriel on there, who's a mere mountain of a defender anyway. Could he play on the right-hand side? Yes, he could. Now, at the end of the day, as all of that what's gone on, Dan, all of that what's gone on, 2 shots that he had, David Raya didn't have to make a save. Martinez has made 3 or 4 very good saves. I cannot criticise the players today on what they've done. I thought that they give it their all, Dan. But the fact of the matter is, they're all ain't good enough. That front three is not good enough to win the league. I think the defence is when it's all there. I think when the forwards, midfield is all there, I think it is. But that attack now is not good enough. Jesus is gone. Saka, gone. If you're not going to spend no money, right, then it's all over. And we've got Wolves away. It's our last league game now. Right? It might be too late now, Dan. It might be too late. It might have been too late anyway. Who knows? But what I want to see is a forward come on there. I see us go to Brentford and cruise the game. I see Liverpool today. I know they had loads of shots and everything like that, but so did Brentford. Brentford could have got something out of that game. Liverpool got it done. But I'm looking at Liverpool. I'm looking at the subs that are coming on, right? May not be the greatest players in the world, but they've Premiership proven, played in the Premiership for a couple of seasons. They're not kids from nowhere being drugged, you know, realistically, like kids being put on the bench today, Dan, realistically, with no chance whatsoever of getting on. They're just sitting there making up the numbers. It could have put me and you on the bench today. You know they're not coming on. They're just in the team to make us look strong from the, you know, like at the bench. You know, I'm sorry, Marino coming in today. Look, listen, if you got Zubamendi in there, just for instance, we signed Zubamendi, right? I can get it that you're taking Thomas Partey out of the midfield and you're bringing in a £70 million class player. But we're bringing in Marino, who's done absolutely nothing to justify a place in this team at this moment in time. But we keep saying it. Do you know what, right? They tried to get that song going today. We know, Mikel, he knows exactly what we need. He doesn't know exactly what we need because we need a forward and we need to need someone to play right back when we ain't got anybody there. So that didn't get off its feet today. Because at the end of the day, as soon as everybody goes, he knows exactly what we need. Everybody goes, yes, a forward, and you ain't got one. Right? Playing Thomas Partey at right back does not work. The proof is there in black and white. 1 win in 6. Down to Mikel Arteta. You want to blame Mikel Arteta that we don't win the league, right? There's your answer. Put that up in black and white now. Anybody that wants Mikel Arteta out of this football club and he's got to go, I don't want to hear about he spent 700 million. I don't want to hear about he's not quite good enough to get us over the line. There's your reason. When winning, 1 win in 6, when you've played Thomas Partey at right back. When are you going to realise it doesn't work, Mikel? How many more points is it going to cost you before you raise your 2 little hands and say, I am wrong? I am wrong about it. Until you do, That is the thing that's to blame him with. Now, he'll turn around to you and say, and he's got every right to say that, I ain't got nobody else. Until Ben White comes back or Tommy Asu. Fair enough. But even though I'll try something else, because you know that does not work. That does not work. So by putting Tierney at right back is a better option when you know that it doesn't work. If you go outside tomorrow, right, to start your car, it's got no battery, right? Yeah? You don't put a petrol tank in there, do you? And it starts. Eventually, you know what I mean? You put a new battery in there or an old battery. Or you get some jump leads from another battery and you start the bloody thing up. You don't continually go out there and start sticking water down the petrol tank. It does not work. There is proof that it doesn't work. It's 6 games. It does not work. Why are you continuing to do that?